dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I am Shannon, and today I have another paranormal video to share with you guys. You guys have really been loving these videos, and I've really been loving researching them, filming them, the whole bit, so I'm excited to share some more stories with you guys. Today we are going to be talking about three of, in my opinion, the creepiest ghosts that have ever been caught on film. And they span throughout the ages from different time periods, one as recent as 2006, another one going back to the early 1900s. And we're going to start with that one, and that is the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. So Raynham Hall is a long-standing structure in Norfolk, England, and back in 1936 a group of photographers went into the home to take some photos for a magazine that was called Country Life. They went in, a group of them, and they were just really interested in capturing the essence of the home so that they could display it in the magazine because, like I said, it had been standing for a very long time, since the 1700s. The main photographer, a man named Captain Hubert Provand, he was, legend has it, he was in there getting his camera set up, and he was spending a lot of time focused on the equipment itself and less on what he was photographing. And so at this point he had his head down, he was fiddling with the camera as well as the focusing cloth, if you can picture that from those old-timey cameras. That was still very much a thing back in the 1930s. And so he was working on the cloth, getting it all ready to go, and by the time he did look back up, he didn't see anything himself. However, it wasn't until later on when he was developing the film that he saw this. The ghost was said to be the former lady of the house, a woman named Lady Dorothy Townshend. And Lady Dorothy had died in the house in 1726, I believe, of smallpox. But legend has it that before she actually died of the smallpox, her husband had been keeping her locked up in her room because he believed that she had committed adultery, and he was just keeping her locked in the room. Over the years, many people have reported seeing this same ghost. And you know, maybe during that time when she was being held captive in her own room, I'm sure that had some effect on her mental health and her mental well-being. And because a lot of times when people report seeing the ghost, they say that there's an air of madness that kind of fills the room before they see her. And I'm guessing maybe that is sort of emanating off of her. And it's such a spooky feeling, I'm sure. And a very sad story. It's always just so sad to think of a spirit unable to pass over into peace, just kind of left here on earth to struggle. So the second photograph we're going to be talking about today is one that is referred to as the photo of the Amityville Ghost Boy. Now, if you like watching scary movies or reading scary stories, I'm sure it's pretty likely you've probably heard about the Amityville Horror, which is a haunted house that is very famous in America. Back in 1976, two very well-known paranormal investigators by the name of Ed and Lorraine Warren, which again, if you are into, you know, horror movies and whatnot, those names might be familiar to you, as especially lately with the Conjuring movies. They're involved in a lot of that. Personas are put into the characters, and a lot of the stories are based on their own investigations. So when Ed and Lorraine went into the Amityville house, they had one of their team members set up a camera in the hallways, and that camera would every so often take photos throughout the night. They had black and white film in there, and it was just constantly, every so often, taking photos. Later, when they were going through the film, they found everything was normal. Every picture was absent of anything paranormal except for this one. And it has been widely suggested that this boy in the photo is the ghost of a boy named John DeFeo, who was one of the boys that was murdered in that house before kind of the main tenants, the Lutzes, moved into it. And it's kind of their story that the Amityville horror movies are based on. So now, of course, this photo was revealed to the world 3 years after it had been taken, and it's long been kind of regarded as one of the most famous ghostly images caught on film. But of course, as with anything paranormal or paranormal related, there are many people who are doubtful of the validity of this photo. Now, it started making the rounds publicly in 1979. I honestly don't know what kind of photo manipulation was able to be done at that point. Some people say that this is just a kid who was part of the Warrens team. I guess the truth of the matter is that we'll never know. We'll never know the truth of the Amityville Ghost Boy. The final image I want to talk about today is from the Waverly Hills Sanatorium, and it is the Waverly Hills Sanatorium Ghost. This is the most recent image that we're going to talk about today, as it was taken in 2006. Now, the Waverly Hills Sanatorium is an abandoned tuberculosis hospital in Kentucky. And if you've been watching my paranormal videos, you've seen me talking about abandoned tuberculosis hospitals before. There's just something so creepy, so inherently bone-chilling about an abandoned hospital. Terrifying. This hospital was in operation during the first half of the 20th century before it was closed down. Since it's closed down, it's become known as one of America's most haunted sites, and it brings ghost hunters from all around to the site to explore it for themselves. And it was during one such exploration that this photo was taken. This one you might have to look a little harder to see the ghost, maybe pause it and see what you can see. Some say that they think the ghost resembles a woman named Mary, who used to actually be a nurse inside of the hospital. And she came to a very untimely, fairly gruesome death at her own hand after she got impregnated by one of the doctors in the hospital, and then he rejected her. And so it's said that her ghost roams the halls of the hospital, just stuck there. Again, it's just so sad. Such a sad way for anybody's, life to end. So those are the 3 images that we're going to talk about today. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of pictures that capture ghostly images? Do you think they're for real? Do you think they're completely bogus? Especially in like this day and age, anything can be faked, anything can be doctored. But when you look at photos from years and years and years ago, do you tend to think maybe there's something there? Or are you more apt to think it's, dust or shadow or something gone wrong in the developing process? So much can go wrong in the developing process. So make sure you let me know your thoughts down below, and if you like this video, also please let me know and I will continue to make them. If you have a minute before you go, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, hi guys. It's Shannon from the future here. I was just sitting and finishing up editing the video that you just watched, and it got me to thinking, if there are any particular stories or people or cases or hauntings that you would like to hear about, let me know that down in the comments down below, or you can email me or send me an Instagram message, and I would be more than happy to look into that, research it, see what I can find out, and then share it with you guys in a video. So any topics that you're curious about, let me know and I'll see what I can put together. So now it's about 10:30, I guess, on Monday night. Today's a holiday. This is now turning into like a impromptu vlog. Today was a holiday. It was family day here in Alberta. I don't know if it was a holiday all around Canada. But now I'm just sitting here with Trixie, and let me show you what we're doing. As I said, I'm here with Miss Trixie. She's just the cutest little sweetheart, and we are watching The Gilmore Girls. What else are you gonna do when there's 100 different choices or 1,000 different choices on Netflix but watch something you've already seen 3 times? That is definitely the Libra in me. I don't do well when presented with a bunch of choices. I don't like too many choices. I'm very indecisive. Anyway, when it comes to like what to watch, where to eat, what to do. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna finish up this video now so I can get it done and get to bed. I hope you had a great day. Bye guys.